With just one lie round ya, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. With just one lie round ya, it's a heavy has locked his door. And you see hands up out from here doesn't work anymore. Now I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. With just one lie round ya, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. With just one lie round ya. Christine
Yes,
have
indeed.
7 degrees, and yet
Jamaican Explosion on Monday evening. Welcome to a brand new week. How you doing, folks? It's been a while since last week, but we're back again this week with another episode of Jamaican Explosion. I'm glad you are able to join me this evening, and we got a nice show in store for you. Coming up this evening is none other than a designer for the ladies out there and the gentlemen who like designing too. I've got Miss Tony Alana Dice from out of Port Antonio, and she's going to be telling us about her career as a designer all the way from Port Antonio, Jamaica. I'm also going to be sharing information on with you on the cultural extravaganza that's going to be taking place on August 4th, and I'll fill you in on that information. Of course, we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Jamaica Association independent ball that will be coming up, and I want to make sure that you have all the information. Make sure you have gotten your tickets already. Make sure that if you haven't gotten it, then you go ahead online, or you get to the posters and scan one of those scans and get your ticket. Tickets are going fast, so you definitely want to do that. Later on the show this evening, I have Mr. KB Brown, and he'll be coming back with his section of the Strength to Breathe this evening. So how are you doing on Monday evening? How's it going for you? And do remember, you could always join me in the chat. And if you want to join me in the chat, just go on to my YouTube page. And this is what the chat looks like. For those of you who have not been on here before, when I open up the chat, it's like this, and you'll appear on the chat. It looks something like this. So if you want to join me on the chat, anytime you want to send a shout out, you could come to the chat overlay, and I have it open for you, and your name will appear on the right hand side of the screen. Just go to my YouTube page and log on right there. Welcome to Jamaican Explosion. I said once again, in the background sound courtesy to get the show started this evening was a gentleman that's a good friend of mine, and they call him Mr. Andrew Bell, and he'll be at the cultural extravaganza on August 4th. And I'm gonna give you a little piece of Mr. Andrew Bell.
Struggling, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. With just one lie round there, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. With just one lie round there. Me just take a dollar. For me wife, for me 5 beginning. I've got to get home. There's a pure hungry belly. You see, there's more sellers than buyers. Yeah, please hear my prayers. Old ladies begging instead of schooling, I just pure hustling and try to stand on my feet. And a little bit I cry. With just one lie round ya, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. With just one lie round ya. It's a heavy, as long cry. Be just one lie round ya, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. Be just one lie round ya. Christine have 7 degrees, and get round the corner. She's selling her body, spending years on her education. Though she searched, can't find no job. She tried to be independent, still they take every breath and yeah. I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. Be just one night round ya, and a little bit I try to stand on my feet high, and a little bit I cry. Be just one night round ya. It's a hobby, has walked his door. Can't you see how to walk around here doesn't work anymore? I try to stand on my feet.
In the background sounds courtesy of none other Mr. Andrew Bell, and he will be appearing at the Cultural Extravaganza this coming Sunday. You want to definitely make sure you go out and check it out. The Atlanta Jamaica Association invites you to a pre-independence cultural thing, man. Cultural something. Yes, on Sunday, August the 4th, beginning at 5 p.m. at the Star Community United Methodist Church, formerly known as formerly St. Timothy United Methodist Church, and the address for that event is going to be 5365 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia 30038. Mr. Andrew Bell, one of the people that will be performing that evening. Yes, indeed, folks. So you definitely want to tune in and check out Mr. Andrew Bell on Sunday, August the 4th. There'll be songs at the Cultural Extravaganza, the Atlanta Jamaica Association Cultural Extravaganza, and the MC for the occasion will be Janice O'Shea, and of course, tickets on that day is just for you and the children. Adults are $10, and children is $5. So you want to come out and check that out on August the 4th, beginning at 5 p.m. Songs, music, poetry, and comedy. So there you have it, folks. You want to definitely tune in and check that one out. Don't miss on this one. It's going to be a evening of great entertainment as we get ready for the Independence Week. Okay. All right, now, so how's everyone doing today? This is Pastor Rob right here, and this is, in case you didn't know, Jamaican Explosion on a Monday evening, and I just want to let you know that things have been just shaping up all over the place in the Atlanta area these last couple of weeks, and a lot of events to tell you about on the show today. So I want you to stick and stay, and I've got a guest coming up, Miss Tanya Alana Dice, and she'll be back on momentarily to speak with you about her escapades as a designer, and we're glad to have her on the program with us this evening. Okay. All right. All kind of goodies and so forth like that. So let's go through the, how you doing? How's the hurricane treating you? Oh, have you shipped off your barrels and your stuff yet? Okay. All right. I see you. All right. You're already making your plans. Okay. And I just want to let everybody know that it's the ball time. And I want to bring up here just a little video of the Atlanta Jamaica Association at work, and they were at work this past Saturday, and I just want to bring up a little video of some of the work that was going on. Okay, all right, let me go ahead and bring it up right here. Okay, try to get it shared to you on screen. Okay, there we go. Just for okay, let's make sure that we have the volume on here. Okay. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down here at Royal Caribbean
No big
on a
and no
Saturday
sense of
evening. And
royalty.
look at this
Get to
beautiful
family
group
one.
of people that we have here representing the Atlanta, Jamaica
We're going to try to get the volume back with you nice and sharp in a second. So just stick and stay with us right here. We're going to get that one up and running for you. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Uh-huh. Let's make sure that we have everything in tune right here, down here. This is Jamaican Explosion. And if you're just joining us this evening, we have big things in store for you. Big things in store for you as we get things started right here. Okay? Uh huh. And just want to let you know about the Atlanta Jamaica Association Ball that will be coming up on August the 10th. And you definitely do not want to miss that. Okay? You definitely want to make that a date and don't you be late for that one. Okay? Okay. All right. So
here at Royal Caribbean on a Saturday evening. And look at this beautiful group of people that we have here representing the Atlanta Jamaica Association. And of course, we have Miss Hope, and they have to tell me the different names as I go around. Patricia, Doreen, I'll have to, and of course, everybody know Mr. Fabian, and of course, everybody know this lady. Who is she? I'm Yvette. Okay. The Atlanta Jamaican Association. Okay, we're so here promoting our events that are coming up. Okay. Starting with our cultural extravaganza, which is on Sunday, August 4th. Mm-hmm. Promises to give you laughter, music, dance, fashion show. It will be an evening to remember with just $10 contribution. Wow, that's good. And then that kicks off the week, followed by our Jamaican Independence Ball, featuring four-time Jamaican Festival song winner Roy Ryan, the SWAT Band, Mikey Sparkle production with DJ Cold Rice, and our host will be Will Ward. And then, of course, our keynote speaker will be Keshia Thorpe, who is she, Jamaican born, global teacher winner of the Nobel Prize for Teaching. So we have a fun-filled, packed event, great cuisine for the night, and we're gonna dance the night away till 1 a.m. So come on out, get your tickets, go online, get your tickets at Atlanta Jamaican Association.org. So we're right here, right now, out here, and of course we're collecting for the hurricane relief for barrel devastated Jamaica.
okay, very good, very good. So there you have some information on the upcoming Atlanta Jamaica an Association Ball and about the cultural extravaganza that's taking place this coming this coming Sunday, and you definitely want to be there on this Sunday to check that out. Okay, so once again, we're here. We're waiting on our guest, Miss Tanya Alana. Alana to come on, and she's just getting herself ready right there. And we'll have her ready in just a second for you. Okay, so all right, and I believe she has re-entered the screen. So let's get her on here right now. Okay. All right, Miss Tanya, how are you doing?
I'm good, Tony.
Tony,
Tony
how you
Alana.
doing? Okay, all right, Tony. Okay, and make sure we get the name right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tony Alana.
Okay, Alana. Okay, and Dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're from Port Antonio, but tell us a little bit about yourself. You are a designer, fashion designer.
Hi, so my name is Tony Alana Dice, and I'm from Port Antonio, and I am a fashion designer. So I do swimmers, wedding dresses, bridesmaid, everything for females. I don't do male clothing as yet, but I do only for females and
Hmm.
children.
Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
Right. So I've been doing this. I used to attend the first place I went to do designing was the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, where I
Okay,
did just 2 years in fashion designing. I was supposed to do like 4 years, but I ended up doing 2 years, and
okay.
that was in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2015, I attended the Art Academy, where I did 1 year in fashion design and get certified
Uh-huh.
within 1 year in 2015. So from there, I started doing my business as a
Uh-huh.
fashion designer.
Okay, so you actually have a business. So where's your business located?
Port Antonio.
Oh, Port Antonio, but we're in Port Antonio.
So I actually work from home now, which is in Anchovy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where I work from now at home.
In Anchovy. And how far is Anchovy outside of Port Antonio? I know, but let the folks know.
It's like 5 minutes drive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
about like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay. So, all right. Okay, so we're gonna get the name corrected for you right here. Okay, so
Tony,
Tony,
Tony Alana.
Alana. Okay, there you go. Okay. So, this is one of the pieces that you have designed.
Yeah, this piece that I've designed was for Miss Jamaica. I was doing a collection for Miss Jamaica back in 20, I think 2022.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were doing a collection for they had multiple designers from Jamaica all over Jamaica to
Right.
do
Uh-huh.
a collection per contestant.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow. All right. Okay. So you were you just born with the talent, or did you
All right.
discover
So
the talent?
actually, from I was much smaller, much younger. I was just
Mm-hmm.
sketching. I only knew how to sketch designs
Okay.
and all, but I didn't know about the sewing part. But my interest was to get knowledge about sewing. So
Uh-huh.
after I left high school, I went to straight to Edna Manley,
Okay.
and did.
And what high school did you attend?
I went to Port Antonio High School.
Okay. I have a sister that went there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my high school, Port Antonio High.
Port Antonio High. I have a sister that went there. Yeah. Actually, I'm a Titchfield guy before I left.
Titchfield guy. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a lot of friends that went to Titchfield.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
from right down there. So how is that? While we have you here, so how is the island? We all knew about the hurricane and so forth. So how is Port Antonio holding up?
All right, so on my side though, it's okay so far. But my only issue was I didn't get any electricity until yesterday evening.
Wow, that
Yeah,
long?
yeah. So I was out of electricity from the hurricane day up till yesterday. I got back
Uh-huh.
my electricity. Yes,
Oh, okay. All right.
yes.
Well, you must be glad about that, huh?
Very glad because I was so tormented. I had to move back to one of my family members' house to stay for a while because I
Uh-huh.
couldn't manage to stay home without sewing or having
Mhm,
electricity because
mhm.
the heat, mosquitoes,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't manage all of that, so I have to find myself somewhere else.
Okay. All right. All right. Here we have another piece here by Tony.
This piece was actually made a couple months ago. I think back in March for a contestant of Titchfield High School, Mr. and Mrs. Titchfield.
Okay, all right. So now they have Mr. and Mr. Titchfield now, huh? Well, all
Yeah,
right.
so this was one of the outfits that I made for one of the contestants. I did more than one, but this was one of the main ones.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So tell me now, do you have shows that you put on, or momentarily, or
Repeat.
do you have shows that you put on occasionally?
On the on the
Do you have
hotel
shows?
or me?
Like,
Show. Oh
do you showcase your
no.
work?
No, but me and a friend who lives
Right.
abroad was planning on getting one done.
Okay, all right. So you haven't had your first show yet, huh?
Yeah, but
Showcase,
like, huh?
showcasing your material. You haven't had your first show done yet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what do you aspire to do with the fashion thing?
All right, so now I'm working towards doing a collection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on a collection right now because I
Mm-hmm.
want to get. I now have an Instagram page where I showcase my work
Mm-hmm.
and get customer. Most of my customers, I got them over Instagram
Okay.
and
All right.
Facebook. But for now, Instagram I get them mostly. So I'm here working on a collection that I want to launch very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I'm working on right now, just the collection.
All right. Okay. All right. Is there a particular piece that is your favorite and you'd like to let us know about?
Well, I think every one of them.
Every single one of them is your favorite,
Every
huh?
single one of them, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. And you said you do swimwear too?
Yes, I will do swimwear.
Okay, well let me show this piece before I show the swimwear right here. There's another piece that we have up here. You do bags too, and bags and so forth like that.
No, I don't do those, but I can. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking on doing them soon.
Okay. All right. Is that's one of your pieces too?
Yeah, I did that one too.
Okay. All right. All right. So okay. So tell me about the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts because you said that's where one of the places that you
Yeah.
you.
So in the Monday where I went, I did fashion designing. So I learned mostly pattern making, fashion
Mm-hmm.
illustration. Fashion illustration is about sketching, like sketching up your designs, putting them together. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're illustrating your piece then.
Okay, all
Um,
right.
yeah, did fashion collection, and I do still visual arts in still portrait and still art.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
hmm So yeah, those are the main stuff that I did at Inamanli. So mostly pattern making, fashion illustration, visual arts.
Okay, all right. Very good, very good, very good. And okay, so if there's a young lady out there that has the talent that you have, what would you say to women they want to get into the even get started? You have the advice for them?
Yes. All right. So for any young persons out there, anybody want to start fashion, I tell them to go ahead and get enrolled in Edna Manley or Garmix. That's the first start. Get enrolled in Edna Manley and Garmix so you can get the basic of designing.
Mm-hmm,
You understand? I know some persons are self-taught, but
mm-hmm,
to get more exposure or
mm-hmm,
get more ideas about fashion, I tell
mm-hmm,
them to go to Edna Manley or Garmix. So Edna Manley, you go for 4 years, and
mm-hmm.
at Garmix, you just go for like 1 year, where you learn basic sewing, how to string a machine, the different parts of the machine, and everything. So
Okay.
you go when you go to Garmex, you'll get a level 2 in fashion designing up to 1 year.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. So we're glad that you could take the time to come on and introduce you to the Jamaican Explosion audience right here. And I hope that we will have you back at some other time. So let me see if there's any more pieces that we can showcase of you here. Were
Yeah.
you up? Yeah, were you in the Caribbean breeze? Was that a part of you or not?
Repeat.
Caribbean breeze. Was that you in the Caribbean
Yes,
breeze?
yes, yes, yes. I was
Okay.
about the yes. And
Okay. So, mhm.
repeat.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. All right. So I was the seamstress of James Bond film. You have heard about James Bond film in
Oh yeah.
Port
Oh
and
yeah.
Louis? Yeah, I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
a seamstress. Yeah.
Oh, so you were the seamstress, huh?
Yes, and then there was Black Cake, just like last year before last. We had
Okay.
Black Cake. That's a series on Hulu. I was a seamstress of that also,
Okay.
and I did a few work with Vogue magazine also. I was like assistant stylist and seamstress for Vogue magazine in
Oh,
Port Antonio.
excellent work, and we are glad to
And I was a
introduce.
part of Mission Catwalk also.
Okay, tell me about that
Season
one.
6. Season 6.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Okay, so that's good then. And you designed that particular dress that's in there. That's
Yes.
right here. Wow,
Yeah.
that's excellent. Right in time for the independence, huh?
Yeah, right?
Right in time for the independence. You do excellent work, and we just want to introduce it to the audience here. And glad you had a chance to come on and spend some time with us this evening. Okay, and all the young ladies that are into designing, or to wants to be a designer. Here's a young lady right here who's actually working in the field, and she's putting her talent to good use. Okay, and we expect to see more from her as she grow up in the business, so to speak, and she's already done some great things. So we expect some greater things to come. All right, very good. Okay, Miss Tanya, we are glad that you stopped by here this evening to speak with us, and we hope to have you on at a different time again. Okay, any relatives in the Atlanta area or up in this area?
No,
Okay, relatives in
not
New
in
York.
Atlanta. I have family members abroad, but not in Atlanta.
Oh, where do you have family members at?
Um, Maryland and
Oh,
Florida.
okay, you want to see a couple of shouts out because this show goes all over, it's not only here in Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know nobody
Oh,
in
oh,
Atlanta,
oh,
but
no,
anybody
no,
who is in Atlanta, you know
no,
me,
no.
big
I'm
up.
saying that you could send out some to your folks that in Maryland or they
Oh, okay, yeah,
the show goes all over. Yeah, uh-huh.
yeah,
So if you want to see a shout out to a couple of family members, you could go ahead.
yeah. So I want to big up my mother in Maryland
Okay, all right.
and my family members in Florida.
What's your mother's name?
Jenny's, her name is Jenny's Reed.
Okay, all right. Okay, very good, very good, very good. And that's it. That's all you want to do. Okay.
Yeah, and I have I want to say big up to my designer friend, fashion designer friend Rochelle. Her name is Aquadash. She's now in Florida also.
Okay,
Avon
all right.
Park. Yeah. Rochelle Kidney.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so once again, thanks again for stopping by here on Jamaican Explosion, and we hope to have you back at a different time, and you'll have some more stuff to show us, okay? All right, now until next time, okay? Very good. This is Pastor Rob here, and I'm on Jamaican Explosion on a Monday evening. Kind of quiet Monday evening because guess what? Things are getting ready to pick up and to start up around here in the Atlanta area. Coming up on this Sunday evening, the cultural extravaganza, and that's going to be a event that you do not want to miss. Okay. All right. So remember also the Atlanta Jamaica Association Ball, which is coming up on Saturday, August 10, 2024, Atlanta at the Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel. And if you haven't bought your tickets yet, I suggest that you go ahead and get your tickets bought. If you have not rented your room for the hotel stay, I suggest that you go ahead and get that done too. So this is Pastor Rob here, and I just want to say a pleasant good evening to everyone that has tuned in today. And we hope and pray that everything's going well with you this evening. Hope and pray that you will be able to come out and enjoy the ball, okay, the Atlanta Jamaica Association ball, which is on August 10th. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so let's see if we could get something here going on this right here. And of course, uh, I believe we have on screen with us, we'll have on screen with us later on this evening, Mr. KB Brown, and he's going to be coming on to do that section of that we entitled "The Strength to Breed," and we want to make sure that you stick and stay and listen to Mr. KB today, as he brings another mental health issue to us, and we speak about it. Yes, it's the Atlanta Jamaica Independence Ball Scholarship and Awards, and that's taking place on Saturday, August 10th, and you definitely do not want to miss it. Okay, as I said earlier on today, that on the show the show that we have on Sunday, we have none other than Mr. Andrew Bell, and he will be one of the singers, participators on the show. So you want to come out and check him out. Another song that I shot from Mr. Andrew Bell as we keep it going here on Jamaican Explosion on a Monday evening.
How many more tears must mama cry? Hey, and how much longer must she stand and watch her son fall by the wayside? How many more tears must mama cry? Whoa, hey, and how much longer must she stand and watch while they take us for a ride? 9 months and then them shoot him down. He didn't live past the age of 13. Mama never was a witness to see what kind of man he turned out to be. He was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Never committed a crime in his short lifetime. Mama almost lost her mind when she heard the news. Hey, how many more tears must mama cry? Whoa, whoa. And how much longer will she stand and watch her son fall by the wayside? How many more tears must mama cry? Oh, boy. And how much longer can she stand and watch while they take us for a ride? Straight A student, I must scrub the floors just to pay the rent. Well, it pleases mama's eye to see her studying around the table, while mama thanking Josh she's willing and able. 3 days later on the evening news, as mama clings to the phone, another baby never made it home. Oh, how many more tears must mama cry? Oh, oh. And how much longer must she stand and watch her son fall by the wayside? How many more tears must mama cry? Oh, oh. And how much longer must she stand and watch while they take us for a ride? On mama, it's rough. Oh, on mama, it's tough.
Yes, indeed, Jamaican Explosion on a Monday evening. The sounds of Mr. Andrew Bellan will be at the Cultural Extravaganza this coming Sunday evening. You definitely want to come out and check him out, and definitely make sure that you are in the place to be on this coming Sunday. Okay, very good, very good. Later on, Mr. KB and Brown coming up right here. And we just want to say a very special shout out to Mr. Roy Ryan, who came on last week, and we had the opportunity to hear him and in an interview. And it was just our pleasure to have him here with us. And he will be one of the guests that will be appearing on the Atlanta Jamaica Association ball that will be taking place, Independence Ball, on Saturday, August the 10th, 2024, at Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel. Okay, Mr. Roy Ryan will be one of the guests. And of course, if you need to know where the Marriott is located, it's 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia. And I hope you have gone out and you have gotten your ticket. And I will have more information for that for that event coming up on the show in a couple of minutes right here. So I don't want you to go anywhere. I just want you to stick and stay and enjoy the show this evening. Okay, so there we have it, folks. What are you planning to do for the independence? what are you planning to do for the independence? Are you gonna go out, or are you gonna stay in, or you're gonna make sure that you take you go out and check out a cultural show? What are you doing? What are you doing? Jamaica's independence is very special to us. We are 62. We are 62 this year, and because we're 62, we would like to see a lot of people out this particular independence celebration. And of course, we're inviting you to come out and to spend that time with us at the Marriott and at the Marriott Gateway Hotel on August 10th. And I want to see each and every one of you out there. Let me turn on the chats. Anybody want to chat with me this evening and tell me what are you planning to do for the Independence Ball or for the Independence Day celebration? You could just jump on my YouTube page and talk to me about what you plan. What has independence been like for you? Give me some of your independence memories. Have you ever been in Jamaica Independence time? Okay, if you want to share that with me, you could jump on the YouTube page and talk to me on the chat. Okay, this is Jamaican Explosion on Monday evening, and before we had Miss Tanya, uh, and she was on Miss Tanya Dice, and she shared with us several different of her designs. Or she's a fashion designer, and she is from the area of Port Antonio, and that's the area that I grew up in. So she's a shining star coming out of that area. You definitely want to watch out for her as she makes her way onto the world scene. Okay, very good, very good, very good. And it's approximately 8:37, and this is a Jamaica Explosion for you on a Monday evening, and I hope you're enjoying yourself this evening. Okay, Jamaican Explosion for you on a Monday evening. Okay, so we're gonna go down and get a little bit more of some little clippings for you of my escapades in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago. So let's go back and try to pull that up here. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up a little bit of the escapades on for you. All right, okay. Stick and stay, as they say. Don't touch that dial. Stick and stay. Okay, let me see if I could get this one going for you. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was the children from St. Catherine Redwood Primary. I had a chance to speak with them and go in there and visit that classroom when I was down in Jamaica a couple of weeks ago. And that the dance that they were actually doing is called the Maypole dance. And I'm telling you, they're quite creative in the Highlands and down in Jamaica. As you could see, that was a pole that they brought in, and wow, these children were just a pleasure. It was my pleasure. And you know, we have this is Jamaica segment that will be coming up again back with us in August, or early September. We'll bring that back to you. And well, I just want to let you know that the youths down in Jamaica, they are so talented. They are so talented, and as you could see a while ago by the maypole dance that they presented, that if you have a chance to go down to Jamaica, make sure you go to a area that you could see the maypole done. Maybe you might have want to bring it here to the United States and teach a few folks here about the culture by teaching them the maypole dance. Okay, this is Pastor Rob again. Yes, Pastor Rob on Monday evening. This is Jamaican Explosion, and wow, that was just excellent right there, right? It was good. It's always good to go back and examine the culture, so to speak, because you know your culture is always a part of you. Okay, let me see if I could get some other PR information here for you uh, from the Atlanta Jamaica Association. And we just want to make sure we get something going for you here. And if you didn't hear this one, I want for you to hear this one, okay?
It's the annual Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards presented by the Atlanta Jamaican Association in collaboration with the AJ Cultural and Educational Fund, Inc. Saturday, August 10, 2024. Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Celebrate Jamaica's 62nd year as an independent nation and support higher education of the next generation. Enjoy delectable food, music from the SWAT Band, and electrifying performance from Jamaica Festival legend Roy Ray. Caribbean.
I have got this feeling, a very high feeling.
Music by Mikey Sparkle Production with DJ Cold Rice on the ones and twos. Keynote speaker Keisha Thorpe, Nobel Prize educator, Global Teacher 2021, and National Teachers Hall of Fame inductee. Hosted by Will Hart. Early bird 135 to July 1, 145 after. Scan the QR code for hotel and tickets. Call 404-777-9593 or visit AtlantaJamaicanAssociation.org. Sponsors Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport, GB Roofing Inc., Metals and Materials Engineers, Couples Resorts Jamaica, and PNC.
Okay, wow, there you got it, folks. There you have it. And you definitely do not want to miss the ball this year. It's going to be something else. It's going to be the time. You don't want to miss the time of your life, so to speak. Scholarship giveaways and all kind of goodies we will have there at the Atlanta Jamaica Association. Just playing around with a little stuff right here, trying to get everything lined up for you, so you could have a better look at the ball and the things that will be happening. And let's get a better look at the ball here. Very good, very good. Okay, all right. So it seems like the ball, let's get the flyer up here for the ball and make sure we get it on screen just for you today, okay? All right. Okay, so here we go. Do a little bit of sharing here on the screen with us and get it on the screen so that you can see it and we can speak about it in detail. Okay, details right now, okay? All right, so here we go. The Atlanta Independent Ball and Scholarship Awards that will be taking place on Saturday, August 10, this year at the Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel. And you definitely do not want to miss it. Of course, we'll have as entertainers in the area will be the SWAT band, and they'll be with us. The Roy Rayon will be the four-time Jamaica Festival song winner, will be making a live performance on that evening. The keynote speaker will be no other than Miss Keisha Thorpe, and she will be our keynote speaker, and you definitely do not want to miss seeing her. Okay, so make sure you get your tickets now. You go to Atlanta Jamaica Association website and pull up the flyer, and you're able to scan the Q codes and get your tickets for this event taking place, of course, on once again on August 10th. Okay, for your pleasure, and make sure that your dear Mikey Sparkles along with DJ Cold Rice will be there for the dancing section. So put on your dancing shoes, wear your best ball outfits. You know, you don't get a chance to do that all the time. It's not all the time that we're going to a ball. So come on out with your best ball outfits. Host for the evening MC will be Mr. Will Hart, and he will be the MC for the evening. And you know, I'm telling you, folks, you definitely do not want to miss this event. Okay, all right. So once again, you're in tune with Pastor Rob here, and I'm on Jamaican Explosion this evening. And how are you doing? How are things going with you this evening? Is everything all right with you today? Well, you know, I'm glad you took some time off just to stop here and spend a little time on the explosion. Do remember, you could always speak with me if you want to talk with me on the chat. We can open up the chat, and if you want to come on in and say a few words to the folks here that are listening on Jamaican Explosion on any given time that we are on, just go to my YouTube page and you're able to join us here on screen. Okay, very good. In a couple of minutes, at approximately 9, we are expecting Mr. KBN to come on, and he's going to have that section called The Strength to Breed. Okay? The Strength to Breed. Also, we're speaking a lot today of the extravaganza, Caribbean extravaganza that will be taking place, and this is actually taking place on the next Sunday evening, and that's evening. I call it an evening for everyone. Everyone. Let me get to a different screen and pull that one up for you, because this is the one that you could bring the children to. This is one that you could bring the children to and have them enjoy a evening of fun, filled entertainment for you, singing, dancing, poetry reading, all the good stuff at the extravaganza. So let's take another look at the extravaganza here, and I'll have it up for you in just a minute or so. How are you doing this evening? Hopefully you're just relaxing this evening, learning a little bit about some things that are coming up in the Atlanta area for the Independence celebration. 62, we believe that we're 62 already. 62 already. Okay, the Atlanta Jamaica Association invites you to the pre-independence cultural extravaganza, and this one is taking place on August 4th, beginning at 5 p.m. at the Star Community United Methodist Church, okay, formerly known as St. Timothy's United Methodist Church, 5365 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 30038. Okay, so you want to come on down, and we'll have songs, music, poetry, comedy, and this is an affair that you could bring the entire family to. Okay, cover charge will only be $10 for the adults and $5 for the children. Refreshments will be on sale. Wow, refreshments will be on sale. So come on out and enjoy yourself, man. MC for the evening will be Miss Janice O'Shea, and you definitely want to come out and check this one out. And that's actually happening on next Sunday evening. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, approximately 8:52 within the Atlanta area this evening, and it's my pleasure to be with you. Pastor Shaw here, Pastor Rob, bringing to you Jamaican Explosion on this particular day. How anyone checked on your family? Did you check on your family down there in Jamaica? And how are they doing? How are they doing? Hopefully things are getting back to normal. Hopefully you had a chance to pick up a few things and send down to the folks that are down there. You know, share a little bit of the wealth. Know that they're struggling in the Highlands right now. Some folks are still just getting, as the lady that came on today. She told us that she had just gotten her lights back. That's almost 2 weeks, and she just got her lights back on. And you know, we might think the hurricanes are past news and it's already passed and gone, but there's still people struggling in the Highlands with the hurricane and the after effects of the hurricane. Okay, and let's go ahead again and just show you of some events that happened on Saturday evening here in the Atlanta area. Okay, and just want to bring it to you in case you missed it earlier. We're going to show
something
it
about
again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down here at Royal Caribbean on a Saturday evening, and look at this beautiful group of people that we have here representing the Atlanta Jamaica Association. And of course, we have Miss Hope, and they have to tell me the different names as I go around. Patricia. Doreen. I'll have to, and of course, everybody know Mr. Fabian. And of course, everybody know this lady. Who is she?
I'm Yvette.
Okay.
The Atlanta Jamaican Association.
Okay,
We're here promoting events that are coming up.
Okay.
Starting with our cultural extravaganza, which is on Sunday, August 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Promises to give you laughter, music, dance, fashion show. It will be an evening to remember with just $10 contribution.
Wow, that's
And
good.
then that kicks off the week, followed by our Jamaican Independence Ball, featuring four-time Jamaican Festival song winner Roy Ryan, the SWAT band, Mikey Sparkle production with DJ Cold Rice, and our host will be Will Hard. And then, of course, our keynote speaker will be Keshaya Thorpe, who is she, Jamaican born, global teacher winner of the Nobel Prize for Teaching. So we have a fun-filled, packed event, great cuisine for the night, and we're gonna dance the night away till 1 a.m. So come on out, get your tickets, go online, get your tickets at AtlanticJamaicanAssociation.org.
Okay, folks, there you have it. Advertising for the events that are coming up. We're going to have a special independent show here where I'm going to invite different individuals from the highlight from Jamaica to come on board with me and share the screen with me on that Saturday, that Monday, uh, that Monday evening, and we want to hear your experiences. Folks that are going to talk to me about their experiences in Jamaica or their independence experiences, because independence time is a very exciting time uh, in Jamaica. So we're going to invite a few guests next week that are going to come on here on the show with us and tell us, and as we reminisce about the independence experience in Jamaica. Okay, once again, Jamaican Explosion, Pastor Rob here on a Monday evening, and coming up momentarily, we have Mr. KBN, and you'll be doing that section we entitled The Strength to Breathe. And I'm looking forward to that section coming up in a few minutes. And hope you've been enjoying the little, we just bouncing around today a little bit here on Jamaican Explosion, showing a little bit here and a little bit there, a little bit of things coming up, and I encourage you, get some time, take some time off and enjoy the Independence holiday. I know we get caught up in the United States here with with our work and so forth like that, but we want to know that these are special time in Jamaica. So take some time off and come out and enjoy some of the festivities that will be happening in the Atlanta area. Okay, very good, very very good, very good. Okay, so in a couple of a minute or two, we'll be bringing on Mr. Kabian, and we want to find out exactly what he got in store for us. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's anything more interesting that I could slip in here before he comes on. There's a whole lot of stuff happening in and around the Atlanta area. Not only the events that the Atlanta Jamaica Association we're having, but there are also other organizations which are having their own events, and we want to make sure that you get a chance to go out and experience some of those other events right here. Okay, so are things with you? I personally am telling you that I'm enjoying my new presidential can candidate. Enjoying our new uh, hope, the new hope. Expect her to do a wonderful job uh, as the nominee, and I am pretty sure that she will be the nominee. Okay, but let's continue here on Monday evening. Uh, Monday is nice and relaxing, and it's always great to be with you here on a Monday evening. Mr. KBN, we're gonna bring one on screen right now with that section we entitled "The Strength to Breathe." Mr. KBN, how are you doing, sir? As we
Hey,
get
good night. Good night. How you doing?
All right, all right, all right, all right. Look like you've been enjoying yourself this evening, relaxing and feeling good, huh?
Had a long day of work. Long day of
Oh,
work.
long day. Well, that sometimes we have to have those long. We have to put those long days in. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So we have here Mr. KB and Brown, and once again we want to welcome him to the Jamaican Explosion screens right here. And what is it that we're going to learn today about mental health, sir?
So I thought how I would start to do this show would be to make sure when we go through mental health, we introduce things so people learn about it. And if
Yes.
you don't mind today being my guinea pig, so to speak, for an example of how we set goals and make sure we have correct goals.
All right. Very good then. Very good.
All right. You ready? All
Yes.
right. So I believe I can share a screen, and that's what I'm going to try to do today.
Okay. Let me see how that works with my share screen, if that will come up on mine. Okay.
I
All
hope
right.
so.
All right. Yeah. So it does come up. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and bring the screen on screen. Bring the screen on screen. So we'll have the screen on screen here.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, good, 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 good stuff here, Abian. Good stuff. Uh-huh.
So what we're looking at right here is what we call a patient health questionnaire and a
Okay.
general anxiety disorder. And a
Mhm,
lot of times when we deal about mental health, July is Minority Mental Health Month.
mhm,
So I guess someplace in the U.S. they know minorities go through a lot of things that other peoples don't go through, which is 150% true.
mhm.
So with this questionnaire, this is something that we do in terms of screening. Like you know how they have, I don't know what kind of medical screenings they might have, like regular health screenings for I don't know, like regular things going when you go through life, like age of life, things in life. So
Yeah.
this would be a screening for depression and anxiety. So in
Mhm.
the PHQ-9, when you do this, it's 9 questions that total 27 points. And
Okay.
out of the 27 points, if you get a score of 27, that would
Mhm,
signify that you have a high level of depression, maybe possibly going through some suicidal thoughts, especially if you answer one, do you have thoughts of being better off dead or hurting yourself? Especially
mhm,
if you have a 3, that's something that would signify to somebody that, yes, something's wrong. So a lot
mhm,
of the times when we are going through sadness or feeling upset, this is
mhm,
a good way to understand, are we, in a way, being clinically screened for depression? In the
mhm,
last 2 weeks, have you had little interest or pleasure in doing things? You say
mhm,
yes or no, feeling down, depressed, or hopeless. And it's
mhm,
just different from sad. Sad is just I'm sad. Down, depressed, hopeless, meaning what's the point of life? I can't go on. I don't want to do anything. Trouble falling asleep or staying asleep because maybe you're just thinking about everything. Or you're sleeping too much because
mhm,
you don't want to get up and do anything.
mhm,
Feeling tired or having a little energy, because usually when you're down and depressed, mood also changes and affects how people act in energy. If you're hyped to do something and have a lot of energy, you're more than likely into it. And if you're not there, or if you're sad, you have a lethargic, you have a low attitude and mood. So are we feeling poor appetite or overeating? So we
mhm,
know when we're stressed or we're depressed, some people eat. They eat ice cream. They eat all type of foods to feel better. And some people don't eat at all because they just don't want to do that. They want to eat. They don't want to feel anything. Are we
mhm,
feeling bad about yourself or that you're a failure? A lot of people are self-critical on themselves more than others. So if
mhm,
most of your answers for all of these are a 3, trouble concentrating on things because your mind is just wandering everywhere. Then,
mhm,
if you get a score of a 27, then we're usually saying that you have some type of clinical sign for depression. And if you
mhm,
check any of these problems, how difficult has it made it for you to do your work, take care of things at home, or get along with other people? And if you say extremely difficult, this would definitely be an indicator that it's probably time to talk to somebody. You're
mhm.
going through some depression or something maybe related to it, and it's a good time to talk. The
Wow.
next thing I'm going to show you is anxiety. An anxiety score goes between 21. So this is the max out of this is 21, and depression is 27. So out of these 7 questions, this would make somebody say, okay, this person is anxious. They might have anxiety disorder. We're screening them for different types of anxiety, or they have acute anxiety. They're dealing with something, but they're on the scale to be further evaluated for an anxiety diagnosis. Are we feeling nervous, anxious, or on edge most of the time, like jumpy? Are we not able to stop worrying? Do we worry too much about things? Trouble relaxing, being restless, so hard that it's hard to sit still because maybe we're looking around, we're nervous, easily annoyed or irritable, and feeling that something bad will always happen. If these things are nearly all every day, then that's a good sign that somebody is dealing with depression.
Mm.
I mean, anxiety. Sorry, dealing with anxiety clinically, and it's a good screening for anxiety disorder.
Wow, wow. Mm. So so the some of the things are very similar between the two, right? Some of the symptoms are similar between depression and anxiety. Is anxiety the very first stage of? Is that a part of it, or is it two separate things?
So these are two skills that I was able to put on that we were able to find on a document that had both of them. But normally, somebody might be, if they're dealing with depression, they'll be assessed or screened for depression with the PHQ-9, and if they're
Mhm,
dealing with anxiety, we screen for the anxiety through the GAD-7. And the GAD-7 stands for General Anxiety Disorder, and it's
mhm,
7 because it's 7 questions, and the
mhm.
other one is 9 because it's 9 questions. So
Okay.
that's how they usually do a screening, just to say. And this is a good indicator for somebody who's in the audience looking at this, and if they're looking at it and they've got a 27 or a 21, and
Mhm,
it means you must be feeling some type of way. So it's a
mhm.
good indicator to say maybe this is a good time for me to talk to somebody and get some type of help.
Wow, wow. Thanks for that information, KB. And we definitely appreciate that. And I encourage you. I encourage anyone that's listening or that's doing the program, because this program goes on all through the week. It's posted up,
Mhm.
and you like to get in touch with someone listening, and you have some a place or some numbers that they could reach you at, or for some advice.
For me, yes. So in order to reach me, if you're in the US, or in Georgia,
Mhm,
you could reach me through 770-733-1469, and the agency is called SOS Counseling and Consultation. But if you're looking for just general mental health wherever you are,
mhm,
a good thing to always do, if you're working, your job might have insurance. If you're unable to pay the cost of it, they have something called EAP, which is Employment Assistance Program, which is usually at
mhm,
no cost counseling. So there's really never an excuse not to get it.
mhm,
Um, and if those don't work, then there's something called Psychology Today. And you can look on that to find somebody close around, or just call your insurance and ask them to find a provider. So there's always different ways to get it. But this is a good way if you're feeling
mhm,
off, so to speak. This is a good way to kind of
mhm.
tap in.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. All right, so let you finish with the charts here. You're gonna show us something
Yeah,
else?
yeah, yeah. No. Finish
Oh,
with that.
okay, you finished with that one. Okay, very good. Okay, so that's some valuable information there. And just repeat that number for you again. Um,
Contact number is going to be 770
mhm,
733 1469.
1469.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
okay, 1469. As we get it up here, and did you have an was there an address, or was it an email that you gave before?
So that email, if you're ever looking to reach out, it would go to client intakes, CLIENTINTAKES at SOSCCG.com. You don't have this app. So Alexa. Oh my god. So Sam Oscar Scam, SamCatCatGoat.com. And it's a good way to just reach out. But like I said, I might not have the right clinician or no clinician for you. So it's always making sure you have the right fit. Um, and that's not something that I wanted to do today in this the strength to breathe, being
Mhm.
able to really expand on what it means by having the strength to breathe, really knowing how to plan to breathe, how to
Wow.
know. I thought one of the things that would be important today, you can't necessarily see what I'm doing, but one of the things is that I'm going to bother you, Pastor Rob, and I'm going to put you on the spot to
Okay,
see,
all right. You gotta use me
do
as a
you
guinea
know?
pig. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because I love conversation. I can't talk to the audience other than the text. So I'm glad you appreciate it, Miss Morgan.
Okay.
So being able to know how to breathe. And when we
Uh-huh.
say we have the strength to breathe, do we actually know how to breathe? Are we breathing or are we causing? Let me see. I'll tell you what it's called after. All right. So, Pastor Rob, what I want you to be able to do, and I'm going to try to switch my camera a little bit, is to be able to have my hand on my stomach. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes,
Hand on
yes.
my stomach
Yeah.
and then my hand on my shoulder. What I'm going to do is try my best not to breathe from
Mm-hmm.
my shoulders, but I want
Mm-hmm.
to breathe from my stomach. So
Mm-hmm.
what you'll see is when I breathe, I'm going to breathe three ways, and you'll let me know if I'm breathing the right way or the wrong way. So, like
Okay.
I said, today I wanted to make sure that everybody viewing can do this at home and
Yeah.
really understand what it means about the strength to breathe. Because now we're going
Okay.
to learn to breathe. All right,
Okay.
so here we go. So when you're breathing, you want to make sure you're breathing from your stomach. So when you look at it, you should see my hand move. Yeah, so you're going to see my hand go in and out. This is when I'm breathing correctly. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
move it down a little bit. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you're able to see it. Yeah, you are. Okay. So that'll be a correct breath. Now, when we breathe again, how sometimes people breathe is that they breathe from their shoulders, and when they breathe, they go. Did I lose him? Pastor up.
Oh
All
no,
right.
no, I'm here. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
giving
Good. All right. So we
you the
breathe from our shoulders. I couldn't see you. So we breathe from our shoulders, and that's necessarily wrong. What I should have done first was ask you to take a deep breath. So actually, go ahead. Take a deep breath for me. Let me see if you breathe right or wrong.
Okay, me?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
If I get it.
Let me see if I could get a side to side at a different screen. Is that screen a little better? Okay.
This,
So
okay, that's good.
am I supposed to hold my hands the way you're holding your
Well,
hands?
if you want to, you can, but I'll know if your shoulders are going up. So take a breath for me. Let me see if you're breathing right. All right. So that is 100% incorrect. When you 100% incorrect. When you breathe, you do not want your shoulders to move. You do not
Okay.
want your shoulders to
All
go
right.
up. You just want to make sure your stomach goes out and out. We call it a core breath, and you breathe from your stomach. So that's how
Okay.
I should have started it. Good. Now I have you engaged. All
Okay.
right. So I'm going to breathe 3 times, and I want you to tell me if I'm breathing correctly or incorrect. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Right or wrong?
Oh, this. I think the second time, your shoulders went up. Your shoulders went up.
So was that right or wrong?
So that was wrong.
Correct. All right. Here we go now. 1, 2, 3. Right or wrong?
That's right. That's right.
All right, good. So now we're going to take 8 breaths, and this is what you're going to do this with me. And if you're at home or wherever you are,
Uh-huh.
watch and let me see if you know if you have the strength to breathe. All right, so Pastor Wab, you're going to keep your hand on your shoulder so that way I'll know if you're breathing wrong. I'm going to tell you watch your shoulders if you're going wrong, and if you're at home, I can't see you, but if your arm moves, watch your shoulders. All right, we're going to take 8 breaths. I'm going to count the first 4 to 5, and then I just need you to start paying attention to make sure that we focus. So when I start saying take a deep breath going in, you're going to breathe with your stomach, hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out with your mouth. All right, let's go. Breath number 2. Deep breath in through your nose. Stomach expands, hold it. 2, 3, 4. Deep breath out through your mouth. 2, 3, 4. Deep breath in through your nose. Stomach expands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep breath out through your mouth. 2, 3, 4. Last one in. Hold it. Deep breath out through your mouth. Watch your shoulders. All right. Now, if you're at home, I want you to relax. Now, what I want everybody to do is take your shoulders up. You too, Pastor Rap. And keep your shoulders up and both shoulders and take a deep breath in through your nose.
Okay.
How does it feel?
Very relaxing, really.
It should feel more uncomfortable when you're up like this.
It should be. I guess
So
I
try
need
to do it with your shoulders up. So do it again. Take a deep breath now, just regular. Breathe
Okay.
in through your nose.
Mm-hmm.
and then out through your mouth. Now, in this time, try with your shoulders up, all the way up as much as you can. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. How does that feel?
You know,
Better or worse?
that felt worse.
It should be. And the reason why that feels worse is because what we call is that a stress breath. When you
Mhm.
ever see kids or people get upset, they usually huff and puff. And
Yeah,
when they
you're right.
breathe,
You are right. Mhm.
and when we do that, we automatically stress ourselves out.
Mhm.
So when we take the time to breathe, not from our shoulders to cause more stress on our body because it is more stress and strain, and hopefully you should yawn. So if you're at home or Pastor Rob, I'm waiting to see you yawn. If you're breathing correct, you should yawn. It should be contagious, and once it happens, that's how you know you've dealt with some of that stress. That's what you're dealing with. That means you've actually had the strength to breathe, because most times you're having the strength to just be more stressed out.
That's great. That's great. That's great. But my stress is really, really built up. So you probably won't see a yawn today.
But anytime, if we would have went to at least 8 counts. I stopped at 4 because we were on this and I can't really see anybody. But what you should be doing is for at least 8 counts, holding that for at least 8 seconds. And by the
Right.
time you slow yourself down, you
Hmm.
should at the end of that end up yawning, because I didn't yawn either, but you should
Yeah.
be able to be stressed. And by the time you start yawning, everybody knows once you start yawning, you feel
Mhm.
more relaxed. Wow, I've been breathing my whole life wrong. Yeah. When I found out, I was just like, wow, that's stress. But if you ever think about when kids get upset, because kids
Yeah.
are adults that are grown up,
Right. Right. Uh-huh.
we huff and they puff, and your
Yeah.
shoulders always go up.
Yeah. So
Cause
that's a good sign to because a lot of times when you off and you puff, you're not even aware that you're offing and puffing. But if you catch yourself going up like this and coming down in your ears, oh my God, I'm
yeah,
actually stressing. So,
correct.
so if we do find ourselves stressed, so it's better just to breathe the other way. You're saying, right? Without the shoulders moving and out through the mouth, out, inhale, and then
In through your nose, stomach expands, out through your mouth, and
right.
then your stomach releases, gets smaller.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we learned something here today on Jamaican Explosion here with none other than Mr. Kabian, and he's showing us how to breathe, the strength to breathe this evening, and I hope you're enjoying it with me. Gracie, how are you doing this evening? We see that you're actually enjoying this section this evening, and it's good to have you on with us. Tell a friend about us on Monday nights and let them join in here. Okay, very good. All right, Mr. KBN, what else we got going?
All right. So other than that, like I said, this is minority mental health, and I always make sure that as I do this segment, we are
Mhm.
left with an example or some way of how to.
Okay, we might have just lost him there just for a second, but we'll wait until he lags back on right here. Okay. Okay. So we might have lost him just for a second, but we're gonna wait until he logs back on here or reconnect to us. Okay. So we are on Mr. KBN Brown, and he's just showing us or demonstrating to us how we should breed on Jamaican Explosion this evening. Miss Gracie, she said hi in the chat, and it's good to have you here. We're going to wait for Mr. Kabian to come back to us to rejoin. And Miss Gracie says she's doing excellent this evening. And did you find it hard to do what Mr. Kabian was letting us know, telling us to do? Okay, and we have him back right here with us. So Gracie has been saying she's doing excellent this evening. Okay, we have him back with us. Okay, all right. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I was saying, but yes, but always want to make sure that as I do this segment,
Mm.
just to kind of give something interactive for when people listening to get up and kind of do self care, because
That's
self care is also a part of mental health, right? So
right.
as this is part of minority mental health, and I know this is just not U.S. radio or TV, it's also Jamaica, also the Caribbean, wherever
That,
you can get on. I want to make sure that we talk about how we just have self care and how we're able to take self care and take care of ourselves. So Again, Pastor Rob, you are going to be my guinea pig if you are able to do so, right? There are 168 hours. And if anybody, if you're home, I would love for you to get a pen and paper and just to be able to keep track or spend track of your time. And I'm going to try to make this as succinct so that way it makes sense. There are 168 hours in a week. So from today is what, Monday? So from
Mm-hmm.
last week Monday to yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
because today's Monday. Yeah, last week you can't do 8 days. Monday to Monday is 8 days. So from Monday to yesterday is
Mm-hmm.
7 days. Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in those 7 days, there are 168 hours
Mm-hmm.
in a week. You copy?
Got you. Mm-hmm.
All right. In those 168 hours, how many hours have you spent working? So it might mean on this at
Mm-hmm.
work, 'cause this is work too, or maybe I don't know if you consider this work, then you
Yeah.
put this down. So
Yeah.
from last week, Monday to yesterday, how many hours would you say you have spent working?
Well, on the well, I do other things too with
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. In general, in life, in the week.
well hours.
Yeah, think
Mm.
about it. So from last week, Monday to yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
whether how much time you were at work, the time on the radio, the time preparing for it, if that's work, how
Yeah.
much time do you spend working Sunday? I know you have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for that before that. How
For sure.
much time do you spend working in a week, in 7 days?
Okay. I maybe about 40 hours
40 hours. So you do a typical 9 to 5 here and there.
here and there. Well, maybe not that much, because I'm retired, so I'm not gonna. I'm not. Maybe a couple of days a week I would do. Nine to
Okay. All right. So then that works if you're retired, because most people do that in the regular. So if you're at home, put down your time. So if you do 40 hours work, how much time do you give yourself to sleep?
Mm, mm. Well, my sleeping habits.
How much time have you put sleeping? Say it again.
Well, probably I get about 6 hours per night. That's about it. So
So
you
six
can,
times seven, what's that? 42?
yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
Okay.
I would like to get more, but
Wouldn't we all? How much time have you spent in the last week from Monday to Sunday, to Monday to yesterday with
yeah,
loved ones?
with loved ones. Okay,
Mhm.
well,
So that could be working on the phone, side to side, in their presence with loved ones. How much time have you given that?
maybe, mm,
Your spouse, your kids,
yeah.
friends, relatives, loved ones, people who are loved ones.
It's hard to put the hours on that, but my wife and they have gone down to from yesterday to Cincinnati. So, but before probably we'll say probably communicating about three hours per day.
So 3 times 7, 21 hours.
Hmm. Or maybe even less than that too, because I'm not a very talkative person.
Okay.
Look
Okay.
at look, look what Gracie is saying here, though. She's saying 5 hours daily. Okay, she's actually on screen with us here.
Okay, I see it. So 60 hours, 60 hours. I think that might be work. You're missing one. So one's 42
Right.
hours, 5 hours daily. I think
Yeah.
that's your sleep, Gracie. Okay, so you do that math for me. And then the other one is going to be time with loved ones, kids, spouse, whatever. So
Yeah.
then, Pastor Rob, since you are, so 10 hours. All right, so your time up yours. So, oh boy, that's a lot. So 60, 5 hours daily, 5 times 7 is 35. And then 10 hours of sleep. That's a good sleep, Gracie. Oh, I'm jealous. That's 70 hours. That's pretty good. No. 5 hours of sleep, 35 hours of sleep, and 70 hours with loved ones. I don't know if I'm that jealous. Okay. How much time do we have for self care? How
Wow.
much
Wow.
time do we have for self care? Pastor Rob and Gracie, since I see you on it. Out of those hours, how much time do we have for self care?
Wow. Wow. Maybe. Ooh,
This is how much?
maybe probably about an hour and a half or per week.
Hour and a half per week?
No, per day.
Day, so 7 carry the 1, 2, 8, 9. So like what was that 10? Don't get my math. So 9.5, 10.
Yeah.
So in a week, and then Gracie, you said almost 20. So you have 20 hours of self care. what I want you guys to notice, and then we're going to count that up. So, Pastor Rob, I did your math. That's 80, 103 plus 10, 103 plus 10. That's
Uh-huh.
113.
I think we got that.
16. Well, yeah, over the top. So that's more than 168, Gracie. So either way, what I'm trying to point out is that usually self-care is the lowest number, and everybody's weak. So
Yeah.
when people say they're stressed out, when they say they're dealing with anxiety, when they say they're dealing with depression, it's a
Mhm.
lot of times that we deal with the weight of work, the weight
Mhm.
of, or sometimes the lack of sleep, because usually that's a
Mhm.
low number too. And then sometimes not enough time with loved one, because if that is 70 hours with loved times, that can be good time support, or that can be 70 hours of stress. So sometimes
Mm.
when people are able to talk to loved ones on the phone, it's good time support. But if we don't have that loved one or we're oversaturated, then that can
Mhm.
sometimes feel like I don't get a break for myself. And usually when we get down to how much time do you have for self-care, and we get 5, 10. So you had 10 hours, that's a week, that's an hour a day, hour and a half. Out of 24 hours in a day, we have an hour for ourselves. You got to do better. So if I see you next week and I do the same thing, my challenge to anybody on this,
I like
increase
that.
self-care.
Mhm.
Work less or work smarter, get your work done in the time. So that means that 5 o'clock comes or whatever time, you have that time to just breathe and actually
Mhm.
have the strength to breathe and not say, I'm stressed out.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm
had a
trying to
chance.
figure out what this
I had a
season.
chance to go to the park.
Mm.
The I did some park time on Friday morning. Just got up and just went to the park and relaxed, and then did a couple of laps around. So I'm gonna get better at it, sir. That's self care, right?
Yes, sir. That time could with nature is self care. That time with nature, sometimes for some people, watching TV is self care because it's a time when I can just do nothing. Like for me, I love watching the news now. I always love watching the news when, well, I guess 8 years ago when Trump was running for president because the news is so good. You get to watch Fox, you get to watch this is so good. So my self care during this time is watching those two new because it's just funny. So literally, I've been on vacation all of last week, but I didn't go anywhere. I did work, and today I worked from 9:45 straight until what time we got
Mhm.
on? 8 o'clock, and I'm talking again. So today, this is my self care to be able to make sure others know how to have self care. I was able to breathe today in this 30 minutes. I was able to talk about depression, anxiety, show other people something that I like, and
Yeah.
make sure that this is interactive because I got some crowd participation. Thank you, Miss Morgan.
Okay. So we see Miss Gracie says 5 time is worn. I work 60 hours a week. Week
And
zero.
zero for myself.
Wow.
Okay, so that makes sense why, okay, you didn't have any self care time. That makes sense. So for you, I would definitely challenge you this week, even if it's an hour, because you know what? Sometimes for some people, going to the bathroom, I kid you not, is a self care. They say, well, I took my shower. But for some people, I've had somebody say, I don't even get to go to the bathroom without somebody knocking on the door because there's so much people. So you really got to start to look at what time do I carve out for myself
Mhm.
because stress kills,
Mhm.
longevity wins. So, no more stress. Let's just have the strength to breathe.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Love that. For sure, and sometimes we don't even realize it. I watch a lot. I've been watching a lot of TV over the weekend. With the Biden, Kamala Harris situation. So I guess that's some self care too. I guess,
It's
yeah,
funny. It's a lot of it's funny. It's funny.
yeah. So I'm getting some self care in there. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's great information. Great
yeah,
information, and we just have to do better sometimes, and before I retired and I worked, I didn't have a lot of time for self-care, but so I should be doing a lot better now that I am retired,
yeah.
but we spend time doing all the sort of things, and doing everything else, but taking care of ourselves. You
Because
know,
we feel like we don't have enough time. But regardless of how you spend it, time is the one thing you can't get back. So
Mhm.
do we spend the time stressing ourselves, or
Right.
do we spend the time enjoying what we like to do? So like being on the radio for you might not necessarily be work because it's retired. You're able to do what you like. This could be self care for you because on the radio you're able to do what you
That's
need
right.
to. Where somebody, if this is a job and they have to prepare this, this might be stress or something like this. So being able to be able, thank you, Pastor Robin came in up here anytime. So being able to do what you need to do for yourself, self care,
Mhm.
it's good to just have that not say bucket list, but to have your to dos where it comes to balancing the scale.
Yes.
Because one thing I know what they say is that in terms of work-life balance, there can never be work. There can never be that. Either we work all day, sleep all day, and then we try to have a life. And you
Mhm.
can't really balance that out if we're working 40 hours in a week,
Mhm.
sleeping 35 hours in a week, and then trying to have a life. There's some way where some things are going to have to get more time. But when you put that time, do you want to put it towards a family? Who are the people that when you die, you live on through them? Or do you
Mhm.
want to put it to work where when company and management changes, you disappear?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, one situation that happened with me was on Sunday, our water heater broke. Talk
Mm,
about stress. Talk
mm.
about so, so that just threw everybody into a panic. You know, so when you have situations like that, it's good to know ways that you could calm yourself down. So and now we're finally getting the what it's going to cost to fix it. So stress on top of stress.
I, I'm sure. I'm sure. But
Yeah.
like I said, with good support, sometimes I'm saying if you have somebody to talk to when you talk, and sometimes that self care, talking to family, can
Yes.
sometimes still seem like self care because if you have the right person to talk to during those times, it's still comforting. Even if it's, let me have money, please, or something, it's
Mhm.
still comfortable, you know?
Yeah, you have to release it. Is it that form of release when you speak to someone about the situation? You release it, because we internalize a whole lot of stuff. I know I internalize a whole lot of stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's when the shoulders go up, right? The internalizing. Yeah,
Yep. That's
yes.
when you walk around stressed and walk around stiff. That's all
Mm.
here.
Wow, wow. That's excellent information here, KB. And we I just know that we're gonna love this session every week. But I'm not gonna be your only guinea pig every week. You're gonna have to bring in some
No problem. Anytime. Like if there's ever any topics, make sure I tell people, we tell people
yeah,
and put it out there. But I know for this month, I just want to make sure that as we go into August and the year is ending and then we have holidays, if you're into holidays and all those things coming up and that becomes stressful, we
yeah.
take the time to at least, like I
Mhm.
said, breathe. Because I think the name of the show, The Strength to Breathe, is important because we need to be able to take the time to breathe.
Yeah, and sometimes even when you're right, and that's why look up I spoke with Mr. Gracie about it. Peter Gracie, he wrote the Jamaican poet Peter Gracie, "The Strength to Breathe." So I started doing that. If you look up that poem and you read it, and I'm gonna learn it so I could recite it to you guys here. It really does. Uh, you know, uh, Tells us that we should take some time to relax, take some time to exhale, to breathe, because we live in a busy society. We're so busy. We're busy even when we're not busy,
Hmm.
And then when we finally sit down, we just pretty much everything just sinks down on us, because and then you find yourself so tired because you just didn't pace yourself properly. I call it still when you take time to breathe during the course of the day. I remember days at work when I worked at the post office, how stressed I Um, sometimes I didn't even take a chance to breathe before I went home. So, so I know exactly what you mean, and I know exactly how important it is because as a result of even working that hard, high blood pressure came along. You know,
Hmm.
that's one of the things that I have to make sure that I don't stress myself out, so my blood pressure don't go all the way up. You know,
Right.
yeah. So
A lot of times when people work, they forget to eat. Like it's something when I have people work for me. Did you take lunch? Did you eat? Because at
that's
the end of the day, this is what I've learned. When you're at a job or work for some place, when the gig is up, the gig is up. So if you feel like you are not taking care of yourself for the next job, once they don't want you anymore, whatever you did for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it
wow,
doesn't matter. You're still left with yourself. So you're left with the family. Maybe you didn't put enough time into this thing that you didn't do. As I get older, I realize that mental health is more or less as you get older. How have you lived your life, and how do you want to be remembered? I think
wow,
want to be
wow.
remembered. So I'm really critical on how my 160 hours each week is spent. Definitely time for myself. I work hard, but in
Hmm.
my 40 hours or however much I do work, I try to work efficiently in that time. So therefore, when I'm done, I'm
Hmm.
done. I'm done.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, and sometimes even if you have those jobs that don't allow it, the boundaries you set, because this is another thing with self-care, and
Yeah.
that's something people need to remember.
Hmm.
Boundaries are not for other people. Boundaries are for ourselves.
Wow.
And when we set boundaries, people will either fall in line with what it is we need them to do, or if we don't respect the boundary that we set, they will continue to walk off around what we're doing it because we're not respecting the boundary we're setting for ourselves. So when you set boundaries, you will have some people that will be upset, and you will have some people who respect the boundaries you set and fall in line. But when at the bottom line, boundaries and setting them are a form of self care because it lets you know how to act when somebody violates those boundaries that you've set.
So give me an example of a boundary that we would set for ourselves.
Ooh, good one. All right, no problem. So everybody grew up with the parent or grandparent who had the plastic on the couch, right?
Yes.
Or the room. The boundary is you do not go into if you go in the room, something
Yeah.
falls down, it's a
Yeah.
problem. But if you
Yeah.
go into the room and there's no consequence, no issue, no problem, then you
Right.
know that this is not a boundary that means anything. I'm going to walk on the carpet. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to do this because it's not a boundary. But if you get
I
that
love
one
that.
time, that
Yes.
boundary is for me to set. If you mess up my stuff and walk in my room with the plastic,
Yeah.
I need to take action. But if I don't, then therefore you don't respect the boundary that I've set. So you will continue to walk all around it and through it.
Oh, Mr. KBA, you're excellent. What an excellent example. I love that. I love that example. And we need to set boundaries, because as you said, folks will walk all over you if you don't set those boundaries.
Mhm.
Getting ourselves stressed out for and allowing ourselves to be stressed by others. So, and I like what you said. The boundaries are for us and not for the other person. Wow, love that, love that. Yeah, so we're learning quite a lot here today on the Strength to Breed with Mr. Kabian, and you're a champion in this, and we're just gonna enjoy you on a weekly basis as you bring us more knowledge on this and knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Mhm. Yes,
But each
indeed.
week I promise to come as transparent as possible. And yeah, thank you for being the guinea pig this week. But yeah, rather than just having a 30 minutes of just talking, I always feel like mental health or knowing about it should be like good music or a good book. If you can sing to it, listen to it, and be like, all right, this is coming on, you get
Mhm.
so much from it because it's like music to the ears. It rings home. But if it's just something that's just
Yeah.
long day, we just hear talk, 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 and
Mhm.
sometimes people tune out to what they need to hear because it's for them. So
Yes.
emotional health, physical health, but there's also mental health. And mental health kills just like physical health, not taking care of yourself,
Mhm.
or yeah, or just being messed up in other places. Bad spiritual health. That yeah, they're all
Mhm.
connected. All connected.
All connected in there. Wow. Well, Thanks again, Mr. Kabian, and we're looking forward to having you here every week. After after we finish with you at the end of the year or so for like that, we finish it. I might be in shape. I have to get
Well,
those shoulders up, get those shoulders down, and be breathing properly.
well, then definitely your self-care numbers will be healthier too. So yes, you'll be in much good shape.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Very good, sir. Okay. Just remind folks again where you can be reached and where your business is at. If folks wanted to come by and check out where's your business, where your business is.
Anytime. So then the business is in Georgia. The telephone number is 770-733-1469. If you're looking for me on Instagram, it is at SOS, so Sam Oscar Sam, CCG Cat Cat Goat
Mhm.
LLC. So SOS CCG LLC. And definitely go on the website sosccg.com and just look up your therapist. Here in Georgia and in the U.S., well, some states medical marijuana is legal, and we also have somebody who does the consultations. So that way you can stop smoking if you want to, and learn how to do the CBD and the tinctures and stuff like that. So just gonna go more holistic and find different ways and alternative ways to breathe and chill and relax, rather than self-medicating and things of that nature. So yeah, we here and got a whole bunch of good stuff each week. I make sure you have different resources, get something interactive to learn, and have some good dialogue one way or another.
Very good, very good. Once again, folks, I know you have to put your hands together for Mr. KB and Brown for doing this excellent job here, and we want to get a chance to take heed what he's saying to us, put those things into practice, make them work for us. Just don't listen to the information and just tuck it away. But get up in the morning. As a matter of fact, before you go to bed tonight, you could get some breathing exercises in. Get up in the morning and we could start and paying attention, because I know I'll be paying attention, to my posture. I have a lean posture anyway, but how the shoulders are up and down, and and so forth like that. Catch yourself, and find yourself doing things right.
Mhm.
Compliment yourself when you're doing things right. And strive to do the things right. Breathe right. Take care of yourselves right. Get enough time to sleep. Put your sleep time in properly. Make sure that you are putting up those boundaries. Those boundaries. And those are just a few of the things that I've learned from Mr. KBN this evening. All right. Very good. So until next week, we'll be back again with Mr. Kabian next week. Thank you again, Mr. Kabian, for stopping by. And guess what? We're going to invite folks to come on and jump on that chat just like Miss Gracia did today, because I know they need this information. So we'll spread it out and make sure that they understand so they could answer some questions. Okay?
And Miss Melly Pie.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Until next week, Mr. Kabian, take care of yourself. Okay?
All right.
Yes, indeed. Pastor Rob here, and this is Jamaican Explosion. And of course, I'm glad that you joined us today. Oh, oh, wow. That was something else right there. The gentleman asked me to breathe a couple of times, and I felt like I wanted to to pass out there, but in due time, I'll be getting back into shape. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, all right. So this is here's something that I wanted to share with you today, and bring to the audience's attention today. Something that I believe that all of us should know about as we get into the independence season. We want to make sure that we attend this event, which is taking place on August the 18th. Okay, and it's the Honorary Council for Jamaican in Atlanta, Dr. Elaine Grant Bryan, in conjunction with Jamaica's and partners and Georgia cordiality invite you to the annual um, uh, service that will be taking place at St. James United Methodist Church, 4400 Peachtree Dunwoody Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30342, on Sunday, August 18, 2024. Okay, so that's the honorary consulate inviting us to a service, church service, annual ecumenical service of Thanksgiving. Okay, and that's taking place at St. James United Methodist Church, 4400 Peachtree Dunwoody Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30342, on Sunday, August the 18th. And come on out and worship with us as we celebrate Jamaica's independence on that. As we, continue with independence season, it's always important for us to get into a posture of praise, a posture of worship, as the Lord has brought us as a country 62 years so far as an independent country. That's the country of Jamaica. Okay, so yeah, it's good to have been with you this evening. This is Pastor Rob on Jamaican Explosion. Do remember again the cultural extravaganza that will be taking place on August the 4th. And I want to see everyone out and enjoying that event at the St. Timothy's Church in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So therefore, so we want to see everyone come out and enjoy and bring the children. Let me see if I could get back up here, the cultural event. Okay. Let me see if I could bring it up again. Just bear with me right here. Culture. Let me get it up on screen for you so you could see it one more time. And I'm particularly pushing this one because a lot of times when we go out, we don't bring the children with us. And a lot of events that we put on are not children friendly. But this is one that we could bring the children to and have them come out and enjoy with us and give them a taste of the culture. Give them a taste of the culture. The Atlanta Jamaica Association invites you to our pre-independence cultural extravaganza on Sunday, August 4th, 5 p.m. And here is the actual address: Star Community United Methodist Church, formerly known as St. Timothy's United Methodist Church. And the location for that event will be 5365 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 30038. And you want to come out and check it out. The cover charges for the evening will be adults at $10, children at $5. Refreshments on sale. Make it an evening. Come on out. There'll be songs, music, poetry, comedy. Come on out, and it's all going to be in good spirits. Okay, and MC for the evening will be Janice O'Shea, and she will be the MC for the evening. So yeah, folks. There we have it. And do remember, a Christmas ball is coming up. So it's been my pleasure being with you this evening. And as we started out this evening earlier, we started out with a young lady by the name of Tony Alana Dice, and she is a fashion designer. So if you didn't get a chance to see us earlier on, go back and rewatch again. Of course, we had Mr. Kabian Brown with the strength to breathe this evening. And until next week, this is Pastor Rob saying, it's been my pleasure to be here with you, and I'll catch you next time on Jamaican